Are we done? Can we move on to the recaps?
Sure, because we got a lot of those. It's a good show. It's on Crunchyroll. Just go watch it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
It'll take you a little... The total runtime with... Like, if you don't skip opening or ending, is 90 minutes.
But you're not gonna want to skip that ending? I fucking love that ending, man.
No, we skipped the ending.
Oh, it's good.
No, like, she was like, like...
I don't know. It's just it's got a good mood. It's got a good atmosphere that I like.
Yeah. Okay. So the first week of Steven's summer adventure
has concluded.
Because they're only doing weekdays, not weekends. I believe.
Yeah, and I think it's 2 weeks, maybe 3.
This is going all the way until August 12th.
Dope.
Okay, so
2 more weeks.
So the first one was Steven Floats, in which Steven discovers he has a new OP power. Steven gets a lot of these this week.
Yeah, where he learns how to jump like a Saints Row 4.
He can jump super high.
He jump good.
Float downwards, but he doesn't know how it works, and then he's kind of stuck floating incredibly slowly. Kind of like, almost like a glitch in one of those, like, almost like a goat simulator glitch. You're just kind of like, you've reached the top of the skybox, and you're just like, stuck there.
Yeah, that's happened to me and Tony Hawk a lot. Yeah,
so he essentially finds himself in that position. And he's really sad because he was super happy to be back home.
As were we, because we left for the barn. We, the viewers, left for the barn in October of 2015.
Yeah.
And now in July of 2016, we finally left the barn. And it hasn't been that many episodes. Like, Nina caught our other sister, Lucy, up on the show. And it was like, what, like 10 episodes? 12 episodes? Like, a handful of episodes.
It was like 3 Steven bombs. So 15.
Yeah, 15 episodes. And, we haven't seen any of these secondary characters in forever. Except, like, Connie showed up for the birthday.
Yeah.
It was like, everybody else, like, Sadie was like, oh, Steven, I thought you died. Yeah. She didn't say that. She's cool.
Lars could have said that. It would have been fine.
Yeah.
Didn't you die?
Steven has these powers. He's sad because he wanted to eat the fresh donut made in the store that they're doing now because apparently there are no legal restrictions against that kind of stuff. The health inspector is like, yeah, sure, whatever. And this is another Rose power, which they did foreshadow in
I wish I was better at remembering names of the episodes.
I don't remember the episode where Greg and Rose meet for the first time. Story for Steven.
Banned in the UK.
Where after Greg,
like Strong Bad Email 22.
Where after Greg bursts through the fence, goes to the temples asking, where's that really cool pretty lady? And they're all like, what? Who are you? Get out of here. And then Rose sort of jumps and lands all daintily with her skirt all floofy, and you see her toes.
I remember that, but I didn't care at the time because I was too busy being in love.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I didn't think too much about it, but I'm like, oh wait, no, I guess that's a power.
Yeah.
That's a power. She can Princess Peach it.
Yeah. That's the other reation I didn't notice it, because that's just what Princess Peach does.
Pink dress, didn't even float.
If Rose fucking hot chad somebody, they'd be on another continent. Hot chad.
And basically Steven figures it's tied to his emotions, like all of his stupid powers.
Yeah, it's like this really moment. It's like, oh god. And I was like, okay, what do I like? Mom? I don't know.
Those feelings are complicated.
I've never met her.
That's been
I'm also hurt.
I feel like that's been the realest Steven's ever gotten.
Yeah, it's like
a split second of, those feelings are complicated.
Yeah, Steven doesn't like to think about
this. Is what I never say out loud. This is why I'm so happy all the time. I'm forcing it.
Steven's very... I did notice, rewatching Too Far, that when it comes to pondering the nature of his own existence, Steven really doesn't like to talk about it.
Who does?
Which one was Too Far?
That was the one where they go back to the kindergarten paradox, you're weird because you're a freak of nature. You're weird because you're short. You're weird because you're a fusion.
You're weird because you act like you're not a slave. What is this?
Because Amethyst was like, okay, do
Waka
Steven.
waka.
And then Steven's like, can we please change the subject into literally anything else?
Peridot, stop trying to be the Don Rickles of the Crystal Gems.
But he manages to figure it out, because of course he does, and then he gets his fresh donut, and it's great. Yay, Steven. Next, we got Drop Beat Dad. It's a great pun.
Yep.
In which Marty returns to Beach City.
Boo.
Steven is helping out Sour Cream. He's being his roadie for just a rave that he's doing. And then Marty shows up because he has to give Greg $10 million, which becomes a plot in the next episode. And he just, I want to see the character design process for this version of Marty so bad, because I want to see how many different, like, designs they came up for, like, just the douchiest modern person they could think of. Like, I bet there's some great shit in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crumpled up pieces of paper that missed the wastebasket, that it was like, of so many reprehensible slime cretins that are just not slimy or cretinous enough.
His fucking sneakers, like... So, he shows up, he's like, oh, sour... It's really funny the way it's introduced. Like, Marty, says hey to Greg and Steven, and then Sour Cream comes out of the bathroom. It's like, oh, Dad, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, Sour Cream, how long has it been? How'd you get so tall?
When did you get so tall?
9 years ago. And he's just like,
because Sour Cream doesn't really seem to be traumatized by anything. He's just kind of like, oh, hi, Dad.
I mean,
what are you doing here?
I can relate.
So then Marty's like, yeah, I'll make it up to you. You're a music dude, music biz, whatever. Because, Sour Cream with his music thing, and he had a fight with Yellowtail.
Let me be a DJ.
Let me be a DJ, blah, blah, blah.
Let me be a DJ, stepdad Ron. So
there's a montage getting prepped for this concert. They get ready for the performance, and then, of course, Marty is an asshole, and it's all sponsored by the most disgusting possible beverage you could think of, Guaca-Cola. And it's like, destroys the thing, and, it's not a big surprise. But then Yellowtail shows up and is all cute. And he's like, ma. I do really like the part where Sour Cream mouths off Marty by talking like Yellowtail.
Yeah.
Because they haven't totally established if, like, everybody can understand Yellowtail.
I don't know.
Because, like, Marty's like, what did you say to me? And Sour Cream's like, oh, wait, no, you're the worst. Get out of my life.
I hope they never explain it.
Kiss my butthole with your butthole, Dad.
I hope that they kept that cool billboard, though.
Yeah.
That didn't have Guaca-Cola on it. And then we have Mr. Greg.
Mr. Greg is an all-time episode. I don't want to, give a superlative of, like, the best episode. I'm just not ready to do that. Easily one of the best. What I am ready to give a definitive superlative to is that this has the best musical number in this entire series.
Yep.
Which is Pearl's solo, which we'll get to.
So Mr. Greg is the musical episode we've all been waiting for. Instead of one musical number, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 musical numbers within 10 minutes, which is a lot.
Is that including the reprise at the end?
Not even including the reprise at the end.
Yeah.
So, we find out that Marty sold Greg's song, the song from Story for Steven, to Pepe's Burgers as a jingle, and Greg made $10 million.
And Pearl, that's my favorite joke of just like this is the song, this is what did it, burgers, and it's like, well, it wasn't about burgers back then,
but she would have loved it.
Like, she would have loved it.
She would have. Yeah.
So they don't know what to do.
Her son, after all.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with the money. It's like, I don't want to buy anything. Like, I've got Stockholm Syndrome for this van.
Steven's like, you could buy a house.
It's like,
what are you talking about?
I can just keep living in this van.
What would I even do? Bathe regularly?
You buy a car? The van!
So they go on a trip.
I could put you through college? Nah.
I hang out with the gems. I can buy you online courses. That's more feasible, I guess.
In what? He doesn't even know what letter grades are. You'd think he would have, osmosed some of that through all the TV he watches.
Or at least osmosed it from when he fused with Connie. How does that... Do you not, learn anything about...
I don't know.
I guess you don't.
We'll ask at the next panel we go to.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Steven Universe airs at... Listen, it's different every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they decide they're going to go to Empire City because it's cool and rad, and why not?
Okay, here's a piece of theory. Obviously, we know that the history of this world is very different from the history of our actual ass world. The naming of Empire City and Empire State, as well as Jersey, indicates that those cities never existed in England.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
But England was on that map of the different Earth.
Yeah.
So
maybe the gems. Because the gems were the colonists. Maybe no Earthlings colonized anything.
Yeah, it's like the Romans never made... whoever the fuck... The Gems are like, don't even bother trying to conquer it. It sucks.
It's ours and we hate it, but we're not going to give it back.
Listen, Normans, it's bad. Romans, you were first actually, but it's bad. Listen, you're going to go there. You're going to give up. Just let them be. And they won't name anything York or Jersey. And just sheep are okay. Just buy the wool. You don't need to go there to get the wool.
One thing that didn't change though for Empire City, $10 million. That's the bare minimum amount of money that I would feel confident entering New York City with. Everything else, like, oh no,
he didn't spend all the money. He
which was
in any other cartoon he would have.
Yeah, we thought, and it
like,
actually wasn't clear at the end of the episode if he did blank check it and blow it all in.
Yeah, I mean,
now, here's the thing: if he would have bought
10 million
any real estate, if he would have purchased to own any real estate, he would have.
I mean, I can't imagine he spent more than $1 million.
They would have
$1 million is a lot of dollars. Or maybe $2 million. Even then, he still has $8 million.
I like that you're admitting that it's perfectly feasible to go to New York on a night on the town and spend $1 million.
Well, I'm thinking like, how expensive is the hotel? I'm like, how expensive with this hotel? He was constantly tipping and then all this other shit. But there's no way he spent $10 million, and he didn't. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, they go to Empire City and let's bring Pearl.
And they're both like,
the second greatest line in the episode, and Mom!
And they're like,
you and me, and Pearl, and Mom! Don't forget Mom! And I was like, Steven.
And they're both just like, we literally never do any of our waking seconds.
It's like, Steven, you just said in the 2 episodes ago that Mom is
I'm making it your problem to help diffuse my pain.
Essentially. So they go... They could just go in a snazzy hotel. I like just Steven just dunking the fat stack of cash on
because they look at him as like, not allowed to be here. With all of this?
The bazillionaire card. He's a millionaire. It's very clear what he is. And then they sing a song, and it's very musical. It's very Broadway.
Yeah.
Jump, 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 jump.
They get
jump, 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 bump, jump, 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 bump, jump, jump, jump,
yeah,
jump.
The Mr. Greg episode is basically the crew universe going like, hey, theater people, you guys want to come?
All over this hot bitch.
Well, you never have, so here you go.
So mean.
Extremely mean. Uncalled for. With how much I admit of how extremely mean that is, you'd think I'd apologize. But I guess I'm not.
Okay, we gotta keep going.
Maybe I'll change my mind.
We have a couple more episodes to talk about, and this one's done. So, they get tailor-made suits. It's cool. It's awesome.
Pearl's put in a suit, and that's the most fan servicey the show has ever gotten, because that's just the tone of the show.
Well, she was made to wear a suit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, let's dance, it's great. And she's like, no!
Nope. Because dancing is important to Gems.
Dancing is very important. And, Greg knows that.
Yeah.
He's very aware of that. Whatever, time skip. They have a fucking rambunctious evening playing video games, eating pizza, just living large. And
they fall asleep on their beds, and I'm pretty sure they don't even take their shoes off. They just crash.
Yeah, Greg and Steven crash on the same bed in their suits. So cute. And then, Pearl
Maybe
shows
drugs
up.
are legal in Empire City. It's alternate history.
Greg didn't even drink after what happened with that song. You think he took drugs? He ate cherries to console himself. Maraschino cherries.
Maybe they were soaked in moonshine.
No. So they're asleep, and then Pearl begins her song. It's over.
Yeah.
It's an amazing song.
It's the greatest, and we should speak as little on it because I don't want to just suddenly burst into it like I've been doing every waking moment of my day.
It's, phenomenal performance, phenomenally written by Rebecca Sugar herself. She said it was very difficult to write.
Did you guys listen to the demo that she did? She always posts the demos of her songs.
I saw there was a breakdown of creating that scene, so it included the demo, and it also included a video of what Rebecca Sugar was inspired by, when she told, I think Joe Johnston is his name?
Yeah.
Johnston,
what she wanted for the feel of the scene. There was a scene from the film Victor Victoria, which starred Julie Andrews. It was a remake of a German musical, where it was a lady who basically looked like Pearl if Pearl was human, in a suit, slicked back, peach hair, singing a song. And the camera did like the 360 rotational thing, and that's where they got the idea to do
I bet that's actually really tricky to animate, especially with a face like Pearl's.
very angular, yeah.
Yeah, no, like I was watching the 360 because like it wasn't just a 3. She was moving her head as it was, so it was a little wonky, like in a good like.
Yeah, it's very organic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gorgeous sequence. It's a gorgeous song.
Geological, I guess.
You know, Steve and Greg heard the whole damn thing. They're sad. So they go back downstairs. Steven tips the piano dude with this very uncharacteristic, like, cartoony way. Like, he's just like,
I love those guys.
I love them too. And then it's time to just fucking get rid of it.
It's time for Steven to suddenly play the piano. 2 things we didn't know Steven could do. They found out this, like, play the piano, drift.
Well,
drift, super strength.
Play any instrument he picks up. Like he played a 4-piece band by himself. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So he sings the song. He kind of channels Rose. There's a part where Rose's voice actress is credited in this episode, so she does come in and oversing some of the parts of Steven's song.
Fuck, I didn't realize that.
Because Steven is speaking both as himself and also as Rose. And then, you know, it's a absolutely gorgeous sequence of them sort of making up, reconciling. Because, like, part of Pearl's... Because Pearl wasn't mad at Greg. She was kind of mad at... Not really mad at Rose, but, like, disappointed that that their relationship wasn't what she always thought it was. You know, it was like, oh, what it was to me never was what it was to her. Never.
Yeah.
It wasn't really about Greg. And, you know, they reconciled and cried and danced, and it was really pretty.
They cried big Ghibli tears, everybody.
Like that Peridot line that she has back in Too Far, like, or whatever line, where she's like, man, Pearl with her crying and her singing, cry singing. That's basically what happens. And then everything's great. They pay the bill. There's a reprise. They go home. It's nice. Nice time. Good episode. Best.
Definitely the I mean, it's only half over, but so far the fucking standout episode of this nuclear explosion of a bomb.
Yeah, because the rest of these episodes are very much like, let's be in Beach City and see what everybody else is up to.
Let's catch up on what everybody else is up to, because it's been a year.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of serious gem stuff going on. We need something a little lighter and more fluffy. Yeah. So, next is Too Short to Ride.
There's a combination of fun stuff and, like, gem growth.
Yeah.
Literal.
Stephen Amethyst and Peridot go to Funland.
Shorty Squad.
Peridot gets a tablet that she velcros to her arm.
I love her so much.
The basic come off. I mean, there's some great goofs, great jokes. It's fun. The big come off is that, like, Peridot is a second model Peridot, apparently, because the gem empire isn't as great as it used to be. And
there were budgie cuts.
They're not being...
Literal downsizing.
They can't make gems the way they used to, and she can't do a lot of things that gems have to do. That's why she had all those augmentations.
Yeah, and what she literally says is, I have no power, so she can't shapeshift. We were discussing earlier, it's possible that she cannot fuse. We don't know if that's a power or an inherent ability of all gems.
She probably thinks she can.
I feel like it's the latter, where she would be capable, because, like, just all gems can do that.
Because, I mean, all their forms are artificial anyway. And fusion is just a matter of...
It's just making their two rocks touch.
I mean, their physical forms are illusions anyway, so as they come together. Right?
Yeah. Like, we will see her fuse...
with someone, eventually. Probably Lapis.
Place your bets!
But... we do learn that she has magneto powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she gets... she's very obsessed.
If someone was going to throw my phone into the ocean, I might have
spontaneously got powers in order to stop it.
I need it!
My Pokemon!
Are those saved in the cloud, or is it all on the phone?
It's actually in the cloud, because people are selling their accounts.
That's true. Gmail.
That's true.
Yeah. You shouldn't say, because that's your Gmail account, homie.
She wins the alien plushie.
The Lauren Zook alien.
It's so cute.
This is a Zook Florito joint.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's just cute. It's a really cute, sweet episode and very fun.
I wonder if it's her putting the alien in there or other people like, oh, we should put your alien thing. And she's like, oh, do it if you want to, I guess. People are going to think I did it.
I don't know.
It could go either way.
I want that alien to be every time we see. I just want it like hanging out in the barn. I just want Peridot to take it with her.
She carries it around like Linus's blankie.
Yeah. And she doesn't recognize it as like a stuffed toy. She sees it as a companion.
Yeah.
Like a fellow brethren.
I want somebody to make fun of it and she like covers its non-ears. How dare you?
It's as big as she is. Then we have the new Lars, where Steven gains another power. This one we've been aware of to some capacity.
We've seen inklings of.
We know he has astral projection. We did not know he was capable of taking over the bodies of human beings. We know he can like communicate through people in dreams. He can take
and gems and dreams, and he could take control of the watermelons, which was first implied because they were derived from him.
Yeah, they're basically Steven's. He made them.
That's probably why it was easiest for him to do that first.
Yeah.
But,
This is your standard entry-level possession. It's a good starting point for anybody interested in getting into it.
Try not to get sacrificed within 2 minutes.
Yeah. Rookie move. We'll look out for it.
So
that's just a biz, man.
Steven's at the Big Donut. Lars and Sadie are being Lars and Sadie. Steven's like, why won't they just get together?
Watermelon versions of yourself have no iframes.
So
were we talking about, like, was this like a job interview or now is it a YouTube tutorial for Dark Souls? What was the bit?
I don't know.
See, if you listen, you gotta do the thing, like, if it's a YouTube tutorial, you gotta do an English accent, man, or I won't know.
So, in repeating this pattern of Steven kind of meddling in other people's relationships, he's so distraught by this Lars Sadie thing that he literally dreams about it and is able to enter Lars's body as Steven. So the whole episode
completely sees Lars as wiener.
Yeah.
We saw his butt.
Well, I mean, he's a
Lars's
teenager.
butt is canon.
Before he was up in the air if Lars had a butt. It's still up in the air if every other character has a butt.
It's always up in the air unless he sits down.
We've seen Steven's butt. And we've seen his little, like,
now I
tummy
get to see
choke.
Nikki
Yeah,
react to my
I rolled-
bad jokes.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of judgment going on. Like, Tooch has his notes, so, so he's like, we were doing that bit, and I was like, I'm cutting this. This is no good. This is going in the E.T. Landfill along with all the guitars.
So we have a whole episode where Steven is Lars. And it's Lars's voice actor being Steven. Who did a great job, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely was Steven. And kind of living through his life and trying to make it better in his own Steven-y way. There's so many goofs about just, like, being in Lars's body, like not knowing how to sit.
Nobody calls shenanigans because, like, everybody acknowledges, like, wow, this is really out of character for Lars, but it's too objective of an improvement for anybody to want to jinx it.
Yeah, like, his parents are really happy about it. We get to see his parents. Then he hangs out with Buck.
Yeah, the cool kids.
The cool kids, and the cool kids, already love Steven, so of course they love this Steven Lars.
Yeah. This stars.
Like, all he does is say something nice to Jenny, and then Jenny's like, that was really nice, and then he just...
The bar is so low, you schmuck and a half.
And then Steven just says more nice things. And then he's like, wait, no, I had to spend the day with Sadie, because Lars blew her off on his day off. So he goes to Sadie's house, and bees Steven Lars.
And watch a gay werewolf movie.
And Sadie's not really into it. It doesn't feel right to her. And then...
You're not being a shithead. I'm not into it.
And, like, the whole thing is, it's like, at this point, it's incredibly awkward because Steven is going on a date with somebody as somebody else to make his fantasy ship happen.
Yeah. At that point I was like, Steven, like, you're fucking up everything.
Steven, shipping real people is sexual harassment. Also, you looked at a man's wiener without permission.
And then he just straight, like, Sadie's kind of mad because he's not acting like Lars, and Sadie's, like, kind of mad, thinks that Lars is messing with her, because that's what Lars does. And Steven just straight out says, as Lars, I love you, Sadie, and Sadie just fucking flips a brick.
Get the fuck out of my house, you prick. You're gonna come to my house, and you're gonna mess around with me this way. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Because her whole thing.
Get out of here.
Because her whole thing is what it's always been. Like, in private, he's nice to her. He'll say great things. But in public, he pretends that he doesn't have anything to do with her. And she was like, this isn't like you. You were laying it on way too thick. You don't mean it. You're just fucking with me. And then Steven's like, oh no, I don't understand complicated romantic relationships.
I made a oopsie because I'm a baby.
I made a boom boom.
So he's
like, listen, this is Steven in Lars's body. And
Sadie's like, I immediately believe you, because that all makes too much sense.
He's like, Lars would never apologize to me.
Yeah.
So they run to Steven's house, and one thing that Steven does as Lars is he does the way that Steven stands, where he does it very like
little like penguin stance with his hands
like
out, his hands parallel to the ground.
That's so cute. So they're running, and then like Lars's parents, the cool kids, everyone's like, where are they going? And they all follow him. And then they watch as they both break into Steven's house. And they're like, what the fuck?
They're roughing up Steven's asleep corpse.
Sadie breaks the door open in half down the middle.
Because Lars's scrawny boy body can't budge it.
And they all just kind of come into the house as they're smacking Steven. And then, of course, he wakes up. Lars realizes what's been going on. Nobody else really figures it out.
There wasn't any other gems in that episode.
You know, it's the
They were
next
doing
day.
their gem taxes with the space moon computer.
You know, it's the next day. Things have kind of blown over, kind of. But, you know, Steven feels really bad, but there's this little poignant moment where it's like, it's obvious that Lars does care about her and whatnot, but, you know, Lars is like, yeah, no wonder everybody loved me, because I was you, and nobody likes the real me, and Steven's like, well, one person does.
Yeah.
One person didn't like it, that it was me, and it was, you know, Sadie. And that was kind of sweet,
yeah.
She likes him enough to know who he really is.
Yeah,
and
like, it's not even that she, like, doesn't like me, because she loves me. She thinks I'm great. But she, like, the way she feels for you is different, and not in a...
She doesn't want Lars to be... That's
Steven.
not who Lars is. She likes Lars.
For some reason.
Like, I like the moment where, like, Lars is like, what did you tell her? And he's like, I told her that you loved her. And
then
Lars
he died.
He's like, what did she say?
Yeah, and then he immediately like, well, what did she say? And I was like, Lars, stop. Oh,
Lars,
you're kind of cute.
Go to school.
Wait. What did she say? I need to know how mad. Like, I'm always gonna be a little mad at you, but maybe
I'm not so mad.
Maybe I'll cut you a deal.
Okay, so next up, and the last for this week was Beach City Drift. It starts off with Steve and Connie at the car wash. Greg buys his dream 90s car because he's rich now.
He's so bad at being rich.
He's so bad at being rich. Like when Kevin leaves without paying, he's like, oh, who cares? I'm rich.
I honestly think that on some small level they scheduled this episode out because it's like, you know, with Lars episodes there's always a subsection of the fandom like, oh, like why does anybody like stick up for Lars? Like why does Sadie even like Lars? Like Lars is the stupidest. Really? Well, here's Kevin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's a molester, man.
Because like when I looked at
legitimately despicable, put him in jail.
Because when I looked at the description for this episode, Steven and Connie battled their biggest foe. I was like, who is their biggest foe? And then I saw Hillary Florido's preview, and I was like, oh, it's Kevin. Kevin. So Kevin shows up. Steven is uncharacteristically really mad, and like he's saying things like hate, and his dad's like, whoa, that's a powerful word. And Steven's like, yeah, it's a powerful feeling too.
I feel great. I want to punch someone.
I hate him. And it's like, you know, Steven usually doesn't get mad at people, but he's more outwardly angry than Connie, which makes sense to me, obviously.
Yeah, that's some tough stuff right there.
Because he doesn't, you know, he has male privilege.
Yeah, like the one time it got taken away from him really shook him, whereas like Connie's
Connie's
yeah.
like, this is
sad.
Like, Connie's like, I don't like this guy, but like,
this is par for the course, Steven.
And here's the thing: you gotta ruin those dudes. not like kill them, but like,
which is what Steven wanted to do essentially. So, you know, the dad's like, what the heck? And Steven explains it, and then Connie kind of explains it, and then, you know, Greg, being typical Greg, was like, oh, Jeez, I don't know what happened to you.
Do you need me to go to the library so I can learn how to talk to you about this?
He's like,
I got this cool new car that I could use as collateral for a library card.
Yeah.
Because what he said was like, I had no idea that happened. I'm really sorry. And then, Steven's like really angry and butthurt, and he's like, we got it.
It's not butthurt because it's a real thing.
He's not butthurt, but he's like really angry. And like, even throughout the rest of the day, he's still angry, and Connie's still angry, but even Steven's like, but you don't seem angry. And she's like, well, I'm thinking angry. Again, very poignant. Poignant. So they're like, Steven's like, let's beat him in his own game. Let's show him what's what. I'm gonna fucking fuck him up. I hate this guy.
It's this cube car.
So they decide to fuse as Stugani and challenge him to a drag race or drift race or whatever. And essentially he's an asshole. Nobody likes him anyway. Essentially they realize that what they're doing is just fueling his stupid fire. It really does seem to be the Connie half that realizes this, because
the best line was them coming to the realization that, like, wait, we fused because of him. Like, we did this amazing, intimate thing that's supposed to be special and important to us and means a lot because of this asshole. And then Steven's like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah, because there's that great moment where, like, Stevani is just, like, so enraged that, like, reality, it like, kind of falls apart. Like, visually, everything kind of narrows in, and there's nothing but trying to, like, one-up this guy because he's a jerk. And they lose sense of themselves, which hence why they unfuse. And then, that's when Connie says that to Steven, and Steven's like, oh, this doesn't accomplish anything. So they refuse, they continue the race, and they do it for themselves because, they never gotten to drive a car before, and they're just enjoying the experience of driving this cool car on this cool mountain. And they don't win the race, but who the fuck cares?
Here's the thing, it's like, yeah, man, good race. We'll see you around. And he's like, no! Be mad!
Yeah, because, like, it's not like any of the other Beach City people, like, think any less of Steven or Connie or Stevani. They're just like, everybody hates Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and then they, drive away, and they're like, yeah, that's, it's about you. It's getting angry like that gives them the power, like, which is what Greg said, because he's the greatest father in television right now. By thinking so strongly about those people, you're only fueling their fire. Like, people like that they don't even deserve your thought at all. Like, you know who you are, and you don't.
Which is a really hard conclusion to get to, and I don't think I've ever done.
Unless they do something illegal to you, then your thought should be, how do I call the cops and arrest them? And the answer is 911. Yeah. But no thought beyond that. Like, I
really love the way that Steven explained what happened and the way that Connie explained what happened. Not just with their words, but with their tone of voice and their facial expressions, like how they explained what Kevin did. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that was a really, really well done.
It's
like, really elegantly well done.
It's a really subtle, important episode.
Yeah. And that was Steven Summer Adventure Week 1.
Week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're going to get 5 episodes next week and another 5 the week after that.
Mm-hmm.
What are some ones coming up?
Restaurant Wars, Kiki's Pizza Delivery Service.
I can't wait for Kiki's Pizza Delivery Service.
Monster Reunion, which I'm really excited about. Alone at Sea, and Greg the Babysitter.
Wow. Is he babysitting?
Steven learns how Greg came to work at the car wash, so it's a flashback.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's like, I'm having a son.
Give me your job! Give me your job! Somebody please give me your job! This music shit will never pay the bills.
Oh God! Well, what are you good at? Oh, nothing really.
My stuff's too weird. Nobody's ready for it.
Okay, so
I'm too late to capitalize on Rush, and also I'm this one guy. There were 3.
The only marketable skill I've developed in the past few years is intergalactic species intercourse. I got really good at it. That's not marketable.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
No, it's not.
No. They never.
Not yet. Not until the internet's invented.
I got some shout-outs.
I could be a consultant for BioWare, I guess.
Mr. Awesome Potato asks, have you guys thought of doing an episode or episodes on failed pilots?
We could.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
We could do stuff on What a Cartooner. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's stuff that's, like, been aired, just never picked up. Oh, speaking of which, We've all seen Cannon Busters because Dooch is over. We showed it to him.
Yeah.
And
it's dope.
Has it been aired to the public yet?
No, not yet. I don't think.
No.
Keep an eye on it because it's really, really good, and we really, really want to see more of it.
Follow LaShawn Thomas on Twitter. Scroll past his sports stuff whenever he gets in a mood.
Or maybe you like sports. I don't know. I don't know your fucking life. Yeah, because he said updates are coming, and maybe they'll already have came by the time. I mean, to Kickstarter backers.
Yeah. We'll tell you.
We'll
let you know.
Yeah, like it's really, really good. It's got a really strong identity of its own. Also having like obviously traceable.
I already love the characters.
Yeah.
I am in love with the characters. I want to see them.
It's the most.
more.
It's one of the best examples of clearly going for a specific era and genre and tone of animation that's already come before it, but it's still just utterly doing its own thing in a really unique way.
And because of the characters,
Yeah.
I think, is what really pulls that uniqueness out of it. This world that he's built.
It's definitely a Toonami and or Adult Swim affair of the.
It would murder.
Yeah.
It would murder on Adult Swim Toonami.
Or Netflix, because it is kind of violent. I don't even know.
That's true. If it got
might
picked
be
up on Netflix,
it might be a little too violent for television. I'm not sure.
I don't.
Adult
I've
Swim,
seen some shit.
Yeah.
Adult Swim gets away with a lot.
I've seen violent on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Metalocalypse.
So we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah. Okay.
Metalocalypse's body count in the first episode is staggering.
Okay. So yeah, we did watch that. Also, our buddy Charlie, he wanted to make sure we knew about the new Bravest Warriors and Bee and Puppy Cat update.
Which we forgot to fucking talk about in the beginning.
To fucking talk about. So let's talk about it now.
We've talked a bit about how they're going to be on something called The Verve, which is another media thing you got to subscribe to. It's like Channel Frederator's not going anywhere, but there's going to be like a Channel Frederator Cartoon Hangover Selects. I always mix up what falls under which brand.
Yeah.
But it is going to be behind a paywall. Because there's animation on YouTube. YouTube payouts will not fund animation.
No.
No. And Bravest Warriors is coming back in January. We don't have a specific time frame on Beeps yet, but presumably not too much longer.
It's coming back in January behind a paywall.
Both?
Which one is behind the paywall?
Bravest Warriors. And the thing is that on this pay service, you're going to get all of Beeps immediately. I think Beeps may go behind a paywall. So yeah. I guess watching it. I was listening to it with one headphone in the car while some other shit was happening. I didn't get the whole thing, but we'll link to that article as well.
If we remember. Otherwise, you could just Google it. Google is a wonderful thing, kids.
Yeah. Google just Frederick. Google
Bravest Warriors. If there's anything you ever want to know, you just Google it, and the internet will tell you.
And you'll be put on a list, no matter what it is. Just Google wants to know everything about you.
Okay, and we got some stuff from Chuck Nation, who has a fun story. They said, I babysitted a young boy in like 3rd grade. When I asked him about what shows he liked, he said most of what's on Nick and Cartoon Network. When I asked him about Steven Universe, he said he liked it, but he didn't seem to get it. I understand. 3rd grade is like what? 9? 8?
8.
8.
9 is 4th grade because of all the Hey Arnold and recess and everything.
Okay, so it's like 8-ish.
Yeah.
It's a little young for that.
I mean, I can imagine that they still have, the kid still has tons of fun with like Amethyst and Peridot yelling and screaming, but maybe
he's absorbing it subconsciously.
Yeah, like he might be doing something else while he watches TV, which I imagine is what most kids these days do while they watch TV.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I just never had my TV turned off, and I was just always doing something else while it was on.
I'm glad he likes it and gets something out of it. But yeah, I can imagine the more like nuanced things with like Pearl and Rose would kind of go over an 8-year-old's head. Not because of the fact that they're both women, but because it's like the relationship itself is very complicated and adult. So yeah, that's cool. Thank you for sharing. We love knowing about stories with real kids. Yeah. What do real kids like? What are they not like? Send them in. We love to hear them and share them.
Talk to kids so we don't have to.
I just don't have the opportunity to talk to kids.
Nah, what are we gonna do? Like run up to them while they're playing Pokemon Go at the park?
No, you can't. We'll
be jail arrested.
Yeah, just like everyone else playing Pokemon Go within, I'm going to give it 3 months. I will say that I don't know a time frame for this, but Pokemon Go is going to show up by name in legislation by the end of the year.
God. I mean,
if not, and then I will not be surprised if it's outright banned.
At least Congress will have passed something.
and that's all I think I got this week.
And that's the most political joke Tooch will ever make.
Next week, we are going to do our episode about the finale of Wander Over Yonder, which is something that we've been kind of putting off. I haven't finished watching it yet because I kind of don't want it to be over.
Me, same.
And I've been scrolling past a lot of asks that Craig McCracken's been answering on Tumblr because that's in a spoiler. After that, we will do BoJack Horseman, which premiered the day we're recording it. None of us have seen any of it yet, and I would like to watch it after this, but I have to be at work in 7 hours.
Great.
And then also coming up, like the order isn't solidified yet, but we're also going to do Cats Don't Dance and a revisitation of Ever After High after the Epic Winter movie drops in the beginning of August because they didn't think it through. Because nobody uses their fucking brain except...
That's the whole plot is it's winter and summer.
Yeah, the movie... It's them doing Frozen, but they're not using any of the Frozen copyright stuff. But it's Frozen.
Well, it's a fairy tale. That's what they
exactly.
do.
But it's Frozen. It's a fairy tale, is what it is. And also maybe a bit later, Assassination Classroom, season 2. You can contact us in all the ways that talk about every other episode. I gotta go to sleep, guys.
SoundCloud, YouTube, Tumblr,
Google
Twitter.
Google it.
Facebook.
Google it.
iTunes.
Google it. That's a t-shirt we could do.
Google it.
Google it.
Google's your friend.
And make Google pay us somehow. I've been Nikki.
Sue us.
I've been Nina.
I continue to be Tooch.
And this has actually been pretty fun doing it all in one room. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Hey.